So welcome everybody to my evening script from contemporary world. So today I'm going to talk about transformation of society. We're going to touch some points about the globalization, unified transition, terrorism, digital technology, etc. So let's start with some important events that happened after the crisis of the socialist bloc. So first, the rise of the CIS. The CIS stands for the Commonwealth of Independent States. What basically happened is that the leaders of 11 of 15 Soviet republics met in this place called Alma-Ata in Kazakhstan. So there they formalized and ratified the creation of the CIS, so they could officially recognize the dissolution of the Soviet Union. So as we can see here, this happened in December 21st in 1991. Then we have the Persian Gulf War that actually began in the 1990s, 1991. But the conflict was originated when Saddam Hussein, who was the president and dictator of Iraq, decided to invade Kuwait, that it's literally his neighbor. So in October 2nd of 1990s, the Iraq troops crossed the border and rapidly seized the small country. Next, we have the North American Free Trade Agreement, the NAFTA. So Carlos Salinas de Gortari, the Mexican president, was involved in this. He was the one that began the process. So the agreement states that the taxes and restriction of the importation and exportation of the goods were going to be loosened up for the United States, Canada, and Mexico between them. So after that, Mexico signed another similar agreements that brought us good and bad consequences, but that's not the point here. Next, we continue with the attack of the Twin Towers that happened in September 11, 2001. As you may guess, yes, this was a terrorist attack that happened in New York. So basically what happened, there were people that testified that they saw other people planting bombs inside the Twin Towers. So because of this, America made an invasion in Afghanistan that same year, and later in 2003, another in Iraq. So this thankfully ended the dictatorship of Saddam Hussein. So yeah, almost 10,000 people were hurt by injuries, and some other were really severe. So next we have the economic recession. It happened in the United States in 2007. So actually, this Great Recession was economically severe. So since the United States Great Depression in the 1930s. So let's move with important terms. Let's start with globalization. Basically, globalization stands, as its name says, it's something that happens around the globe. So it's an exchange of technology, jobs, information, products, etc. that happen between borders, with culture and all that stuff. So this makes an interdependence of nations. So as you can see in this image, it's like a net. So everyone around the world is connected. So that leads to the question, where did the globalization emerge in the first place? So it was introduced to promote inherent wealth among all the countries in the world. So in the 19th century, countries started investing in these new forms of transport and communication services. So let's continue with terrorism. As we may already know, terrorism are violent criminal acts that are done by individuals or people as a group to emerge fear, terror. So here, as you can see there, I found by the FBI that there are two kinds of terrorism: the international and the domestic one. So the domestic one are based by ideological goals from domestic influences like political, social, religious, racial, or environmental measures. The international goals, as the name says, something more bigger, they're even higher, if I can say so. So, in most cases, what causes the terrorist attacks of the 20th century? So, we need to understand that terrorism is a calculated use of violence to create a climate of fear among the population. So to bring a particular political objective. As I already mentioned, terrorism is practiced by political organizations with both rightist and leftist objectives that are not just. Let's continue with the unipolar world. As in short words, unipolarism is a concentration of power in one single player. It's you can see here it's influenced just by a single state or country. Just as easy as that. How does the end of the Cold War relate with the unipolar world? So after the Cold War ended, it was like super chaotic. It was super bad. I have no words to describe it. So Bill Clinton avoided taking the United States full scale into this conflict. So these wars, we know, led to death and lots of hundreds of displaced millions of people, extreme poverty, a chaotic region. So this pushed the state to be composed by a small collection of countries with limited power. Finally, we have the digital era. So this actually developed in the 1970s, and we've had it since then. So this is the development of an evolutionary system. So how has the digital era influenced today's society? So maybe most of us people think that digital media and all that stuff hasn't improved our lives. But there was a research board from the World Economic Forum that social networking, that from social networking to how we work, digital media is like super integrated now in what we do in our daily life. It's a great help to expose our eyes to grab skin. So as some of these do improve our productivity and facilitates how we interact and communicate with others. So that's it. Thank you very much for your attention.